Good evening to all our dear midwives tuned in and welcome to another episode of Usapang Midwives Live. Ako po si Jots ulit. I'll be your host for this evening. At syempre, ang una ko munang gustong gawin kumustahin kayong lahat. I know that medyo challenging talaga po itong 2020 for us the last few months. But I hope that you guys are doing well. I hope that you guys are safe right now. Maraming salamat po sa pagtutok sa ating exciting na session for tonight, and hindi kami magsasawang sabihin na saludong-saludo kami sa inyo, our dear midwives, aming mga frontliners in this health crisis that we are experiencing right now. Pero bago tayo magsimula sa ating Usapang Midwives Live, meron lang po tayong ilang reminders. Our guests are not in any way promoting any brand or product. The views and opinions expressed by the guests do not necessarily state or reflect those of EMAP, PSP, MCO, and its management. By participating in the Facebook Live, participants agree and acknowledge that the sharing of information is voluntary on their part and that such information shall be visible to all live stream viewers. Notwithstanding the foregoing, no personal information shall be collected and retained by EMAP, PSP, MCO, and guest speakers in compliance with existing data privacy laws and regulations, including but not limited to the Data Privacy Act of 2012 and its implementing rules and regulations. The organizer shall not be held liable for any misinterpretation or misuse of such information voluntarily shared by participants during this live segment. The administrators have the right and their sole discretion to delete without notice any posts that are inappropriate, abusive, obscene, illegal, disruptive, and or otherwise deemed contrary to law or public morals. Ayan, mga kasangga, sana po ay nakapaghanda kayo para sa ating live session ngayong gabi. Kung pansin nyo, parang medyo mas energetic yung pakiramdam ko ngayong gabi. Nako, sana nakapagpalit na kayo. Sana you guys are in your workout clothes at sana po ay nakapag-prepare kayo ng water bottle beside you. Kung hindi pa, nako, eto, tumakbo na kayo. Magpalit na ng damit into some workout clothes, kumuha na ng tubig. Dahil siguradong mapapagalaw tayo dito sa ating episode ngayon. Di ba sabi nga ng title ng ating episode tonight, Palakasin ang katawan, hataw na, laban na. Bago po ang lahat, pakinggan muna natin ang ating first guest speaker para pag-usapan kung paano natin palalakasin ang ating physical resilience. Alam ko, our dear midwives, na importante sa inyo ito bilang frontliners ng inyong community. So we have a very special guest. Siya po ay isang food scientist and is a board of director and the treasurer of the Philippine Association of Nutrition. Mga kasangga, let us all welcome to Usapang Midwives Live, Miss Mary Jude Ecasiano. Good evening, Miss Jong. Marami pong nakatutok sa ating mga kasangga ngayong gabi. Maraming salamat po for joining us and we are excited to hear what you're gonna share.
Magandang gabi, dear midwives. I hope okay kayo despite this health crisis. We have this opportunity na magkita-kita kahit man lang virtual. So tonight, ang ating pong discussion is about physical resilience para may laban ng katawan. Next slide, please. Dear midwives, paano ba natin malalaman na meron tayong tinatawag na physical resilience? How resilient are we? Gaano ba ang taas ng ating laban? So these are some of the few questions that I'd like you to ask yourselves. How much exercise do you get in a week? Kayo ba, dear midwives, nag-exercise ba kayo? Do you have time to exercise given your very hectic schedule? Do you get enough sun? Nagpapainit ba tayo? Nagpapaaraw? Remember, this is a very good source of vitamin D, which is very important in preventing tinatawag natin COVID-19. And have you checked your body weight? Baka naman tumaas na po yung timbang natin. And dear midwives, do you smoke? Do you drink? Or do you use any drug that is legal or illegal? All these questions we have to ask in order to assess, may laban ba tayo ng katawan? Next slide, please. Para po sa laban ng katawan, resiliency, which our topic is tonight, is actually a combination of your diet, what you eat, and physical activity o yung tinatawag nating exercise. But before we do that, kailangan mo nating i-assess ang ating mga sarili in terms of body weight. Yan po yung pinakauna natin kailangan i-check. How healthy is your body weight? Next slide, please. Ayon sa tinatawag nating Expanded National Nutrition Surveys, tumataas na po yung ating pagiging overweight. As a matter of fact, dear midwives, 1 out of 3 adult na 20 to 59 is already considered overweight. Meaning to say, yung BMI natin is beyond 25 already and tumataas na rin po yung datos natin with regard to being obese. And what is one of the reasons bakit medyo tumataas yung ating timbang? Next slide, please. That is because we fail to be physically active. Actually po, habang tumatanda, lumiliit po yung mga taong nag-exercise. Dito po sa datos ng ating Expanded National Nutrition Surveys, pagdating po ng 40 to 49, medyo 37% na lang po ng mga ng tao ang nakakapag-exercise compared to if you are younger, medyo tumaas. And with regard to gender, mas madami hong female ang hindi nag-exercise. And that includes you and I, dear midwives. Next slide, please. Alam ho ninyo, dear midwives, that is why I said a while ago, when we speak of laban ng katawan or what we call physical resilience, napaka-importante po ng diet and physical activity or exercise because if we want to really check our weight, we have to achieve a certain energy balance. And pag sinabi natin energy balance, kung ano po yung pumapasok sa ating katawan, which is basically the food that we eat, should also be equal to what we burn in terms of activity. So energy is your energy in, yung carbohydrates, proteins, and fats. Yung energy out, lahat ho nung sinusunog natin in terms of basal metabolism. Kahit hindi ho tayo gumalaw, nagbaburn tayo. And of course, physical activity. Next slide, please. Now, in terms of healthy eating, meron ho tayong tinatawag na 7 food groups. How do we know that okay yung diet natin? Very simple. Are we getting a representation of each of the 7 food groups? Ayan, nakalagay ko sa slides natin yung 7 food groups, yung sa ating mga grains at yung tinatawag nating mga root crops, yung mga kamote is an example of a root crop. Dairy products, milk, butter, cheese, yung vitamin A rich fruits and vegetables at other fruits and vegetables. Of course, egg should always be eaten every day. Yes, dear midwives, pwede ho tayong kumain ng isang itlog araw-araw. And of course, yung tinatawag nating flesh meat, yung galing sa karne, sa manok, sa isda. And of course, yung ating mga legumes and nuts, peanuts, munggo, soybeans. So, if our diet is represented by each item from the 7 food groups in a day, then we can say healthy yung ating diet. Of course, we have to consider yung tinatawag nating quantities. Kailangan in moderation pa rin. Next slide, please. And we will also have to consider how much, as I have said earlier. So meron tayong tinatawag na pinggang Pinoy which guides us considering yung food groups of how much of this that we eat. So one-fourth dapat na ating pinggan ay yung tinatawag nating flesh meat, which is the very good source of protein, and you can also include egg here. One-fourth of that should include your grains. So it can either be cereals, it can either be your rice, or it can either be your root crops. And half of that should be your fruits and your vegetables, plus your beverage, which will include water and or milk. Next slide, please. Then let's talk about physical activity. As I've said earlier, dear midwives, para po may laban ng katawan, kailangan i-consider yung kinakain natin at kailangan i-consider yung physical activity or what we call simply as exercise. Next slide, please. I have here with you, dito sa slide nating sunod, is parang picture or demonstration of what physical activity is. Saan ba dito yung tinatawag na talagang kailangan mong mag-exert ng effort at saka yung tinatawag natin petics lang. So you will see here na ang sagot, yung mga iba siguro, ang sasagutin nyo pag physical activity A and C. Yung iba naman all. Yung iba naman, bilang. All of this naman are physical activity, but there are different types kasi of physical activity. It depends on how you exert, gaano ka yung effort ninyo to parang do that physical activity. So for this slide, it's A and C, which is actually a real physical activity. Next slide, please. At yung tinatawag nating sedentary, yung petics lang. There is activity, but there is not so much effort exerted. So you have B and C. So yung pagko-computer, pagtitingin sa laptop, pagsusulat, these are examples of sedentary activity. It is still physical activity, but the effort is much less than real physical activity or exerting effort. Next slide, please. That is the reason why physical activity here is defined as any bodily movement. So as long as you move your body, that is physical activity. But we have what you call sedentary, yung petics lang, which doesn't entail so much effort in movement of body. And then you have physical activity, which is really yung pinaka-definition that you really exert effort. And this is where you actually burn a lot. This is actually when you release a lot of calories. Next slide, please. That is the reason why, dear midwives, the WHO or the World Health Organization is recommending for individuals or adults 18 to 64 years old, they recommend at least 150 minutes of moderate to intense physical activity per week. So that's around 30 minutes in 5 days. Madali lang, di ba? 30 minutes. Or if you want to spread it across 7 days, you can take it as just 20 to 25 minutes a day of really moderate or intense physical activity, yung kailangan talagang pagpawisan. Examples of this are your swimming, your cycling, hiking, yung pag-akyat ng incline, gardening, brisk walking, hindi lang ito walking in malls, but really brisk walking where you move all your muscle. And of course, dancing mamaya, dear midwives. Meron kayong Zumba, which is really a form of moderate to intense physical activity. And my Zumba instructor would always tell me na pag nag 1 hour Zumba ka na daw, that's around 500 to 600 calories of burn. Next slide, please. So how do we build physical resilience habits? Alam mo ninyo, exercise and diet really has to be a lifestyle. Physical activity also has to be a lifestyle. Kailangan ginagawa natin ito consistently, hindi lang pag may time tayo. We have to put time into that. So learn as much as you can about how physical fitness can improve your health and well-being. Ano ba yung objective mo? Why do you diet and why do you exercise? Maybe because you want to lose weight or you want to improve on your blood pressure, for example, in your strength, for example. And that is why you really have to develop a set of well-defined goals. Ano ba yung gusto mong i-achieve? Do you want to lose weight? Do you want to take out comorbidities, yung tinatawag nating non-communicable diseases? Then you have to be definite kung ano yung gusto mong improve to embark in yung tinatawag nating laban ng katawan. And then you also have to gradually increase the intensity of your physical activity. Hindi today 1 hour na agad. It has to be gradual. You have to listen to your body. Katawan ho ninyo niyan, yung katawan ni Maria, hindi kapareho ng katawan ni Beth. Magkaiba ho tayo ng katawan. That's the reason why we have to really tailor fit our lifestyle, whether it be diet or physical activity to our body. Each of us have our unique physiologic makeup, so to speak. Next slide, please. So kailangan din, dear midwives, you have to reward yourself as you meet your goal. So ngayon, nakalose kayo ng 5 pounds. Huwag kayong iinom ng milk tea agad. Maybe you can reward yourself with a good pair of pants. Kasi, syempre, lumiit na yung bewang nyo. Baka gusto nyo bumili ng pants na magiging maganda yung fit and it will really make you feel good. After each workout, during exercise, you have to allow your body to recover. Kaya nga meron tayong tinatawag na cool down. Our Zumba teacher will teach us when to cool down after each rigorous or intense exercise. And maganda ho, pag you embark into physical activity or exercise, meron kayong barkada. So find friends or family members who will support your goal. masarap po yung nag-exercise in a group because you will be able to see na ay itong katabi ko nag-improve na. So kailangan I have to double time myself so that I can be comparable to her as well. Next slide please. We have to notice and focus on the positive feelings. Hindi ho pwede ang nega dito. We always have to focus on the good thing that will happen. Because remember, when we exercise, we actually have what we call good thoughts, good feeling. And this will increase what we call our self-esteem. And lastly, try to reach out or to reach the point at which being physically fit becomes a part of your lifestyle. You kailangan hanap-hanapin nyo. Dito kayo kailangan ma-addict sa good diet and good exercise. Next slide, please. But of course, we were talking about rewarding ourselves. Sabi ko nga kanina, when we are achieving our goals and when we are able to exercise, don't tell yourself, ay pagkatapos itong exercise na ito, kakain ako ng ganito. Dear midwives, i-share ko lang sa inyo, kailangan o ano yung kailangang exercise if we eat these food items. 2 slices of a pizza, that's around 380 calories, will make you or you have to exercise 1 hour of weight training. Imagine, 2 pieces. Kailangan 1 hour na of weight training. That is the reason why we have to eat healthy. 1 piece of jumbo hotdog, 221 calories. Kailangan mag-hike. Hindi walk ha, but hike. Umakyat kayo. At least 30 minutes. A quarter pounder of burger with cheese is already 560 calories. Again, close to 1 hour of running. 3 pieces of cookies, 150 calories yan, dear midwives. You need 30 minutes of cycling. Eto, next slide. If you drink 1 medium size of milk tea, that's 230 calories. 1 hour of weight training again. And a soda will have to make you exercise 40 minutes of leisure walking. So remember, it has to really be a balance of healthy food intake and physical activity to attain your wellness o yung tinatawag nating laban ng katawan goals, whether it is weight loss or just really improving on your non-communicable diseases. So dear midwives, as we end this short talk and discussion with you, let me leave you with these messages. First, and very important, know your nutritional status. Are you overweight? Are you obese? Do you have NCDs that you need to correct? It is very important that you make healthy food choices, not your pizza, not your hot dog. Engage in physical activity. As I've said earlier, para may laban ka ng katawan, it has to be a perfect combination of what you eat, your diet, and exercise or physical activity. And sabi nga natin, yung ating weight gain was not achieved overnight. It was achieved, yung ating whatever we are now is because we achieved it over time. Kaya make it a habit, make it integral to yourself to have a combination of good diet and physical activity, and this is for life. So thank you so much. I hope you will be able to put this into practice, dear midwives. It was nice talking to you this evening, and thank you so much for listening. Bye bye. Good night.
Thank you, sir. Very insightful sa atin sinabi mga shinare ni din na nakakatakot dun sa mga sinabi
Ayan, no? So we heard from Miss Jong a very insightful, very helpful na mga discussion, mga insights. And Pero at the same time, no, medyo nakakatakot din yung mga realizations. Imagine a milk tea. Medium pa lang medium na milk tea. Gano'ng katagal natin iniinom yun? Ako baka wala pang 5 minutes. Ubus na yung medium-sized milk tea. Yung pala katumbas na nun was 62 minutes of weight training. And I never do that. So, yung milk tea pala, baka nasa katawan ko pa rin. Well, after learning about the importance of diet and physical activity, mga kasangga, we now move on to one of the physical activities na pwedeng-pwede nyong gawin starting tonight. I am excited to introduce our next guest speaker who will be sharing more tips kung paano palalakasin ang ating katawan para ready na tayong humataw maya-maya. She is a licensed Zumba instructor for Zumba Fitness, Zumba Toning, Zumba Kids and Junior, and Strong by Zumba. Let us all welcome Miss Vanessa Gail Enriquez. Good evening, Miss Van. Welcome to Usapang Midwives Live.
Thank you, Jot. Good evening, everyone. Good evening sa ating magigiting na midwives. I am so excited to dance with you tonight. Talagang ready na ako. Pero bago muna ang ating hataw galaw at lakas galaw, pag-usapan muna natin ang napaka-importanting bagay. And that is exercise.
Yeah. Well, our dear mga kasangga and our dear midwives, kung meron po kayong mga katanungan mula dun sa discussion kanina ni Miss Jong at sa mga i-discuss ni Miss Van, please don't hesitate na ilagay ang inyong mga katanungan sa ating comment section, and later on po, we will address those. And balita ko nga, Miss Van, more than the tips and the lecture that you prepared, meron pang very special part tayong magaganap later. So I'll leave the floor up to you. Ang tanong ng ang bayanan namin ay, Ms. Van, paano nga ba namin mapapalakas ang aming laban ng katawan?
Okay. So sabi ko nga po, pag-usapan natin ang napaka-importanting bagay, which is exercise. As you all know, I am a Zumba instructor. At alam ko po na marami nang nakatry ng Zumba at alam ko rin na marami na ang nakarinig ng Zumba. Pero ano nga ba ang Zumba? Next slide, please. Zumba is a dance fitness program. It uses a captivating blend of rhythms that provides a fun and effective workout. So in short po, ang Zumba ay isang klase ng ehersisyo na ginagamitan po natin ng iba't ibang rhythm. Katulad ng kung mahilig po kayo ng salsa, ng Latin music, no? May salsa, reggaeton, cumbia, merengue, at nag-evolve po siya at nakasama ang international rhythm like hip-hop, K-pop, Filipino pop, kung ano-ano pa pong pop na nandyan, no? So, maa-assure ko kayo na hindi talaga siya, pag nag-Zumba ka, hindi mo mafe-feel na nag-workout ka, but rather mag-e-enjoy ka. Next slide, please. Kaya naman, sinabi ko mag-e-enjoy kayo, kaya naman, ako, nagtuturo po ako ng Zumba for 8 years now. At hanggang ngayon, na-enjoy ko pa rin siya at yung passion ko ay nasa pagtuturo pa rin po. So mamaya, makikita nyo kung bakit ko sinasabing mag-e-enjoy kayo. Kasi gagawin po natin yan mamaya. Next slide, please. Bilang kayo pong mga midwives, ang inyo pong expertise ay tungkol po sa panganganak at pagbubuntis. At katulad po ng inyong expertise, ako po ay nabuntis na din po at nanganak ng 2 beses. And during that time of my journey, naging active po ako. Ang aking journey with pregnancy ay naging smooth because I think that the exercise, I give credit to exercise because almost every day po, nag-exercise ako, nagzuzumba ako. Of course, with modification, with my doctor's approval. Pero yun po, naging madali ang aking journey sa pagbubuntis because of exercise. Next slide, please. Kayo po ay mga midwives because I know that you have love and passion for women's healthcare. Kayo po ay parte ng ating frontliners at I'll take this opportunity po talaga na magpasalamat sa ating mga frontliners katulad niyo po. Kaya naman po talaga during this time of health crisis, importante na i-prioritize po natin ang ating kalusugan. And how do we do that? Sabi nga po ni Ms. Jong kanina, by eating right, and of course, by exercising. So, Dahil nga po, kayong mga midwives ay frontliners at healthcare providers, mas mataas po yung risk at danger of catching diseases at mga viruses, ano po. Kaya importante talaga na pangalagaan natin ang ating katawan. At paano ba napapangalagaan ng exercise ang ating katawan? Tignan po natin, no? Number 1, it combats health conditions and diseases. So, dahil nga po frontliners kayo at mas mataas yung risk nyo, talagang kailangan nating maging handa dito sa mga bagay na ito. And exercise can help you do that. Paano ba? Paano ba natin nalalabanan ng mga diseases with exercise? Isang example po, it says here, boosts HDL or nagpo-produce po ang ating katawan pag nag-exercise ng good cholesterol. It also decreases unhealthy triglycerides. Di ba po, pag nag-annual check-up tayo, tinitignan talaga natin yung mga cholesterol, triglycerides, at pag mataas ito, medyo kabado na tayo, hindi ba? Pero, pag nag-exercise po tayo, it decreases the unhealthy triglycerides. So, in short po, either meron kayong condition, exercise can improve your health. Kung wala naman po kayong conditions, health conditions, mas lalo pong pinapalakas ang ating katawan ng exercise. Ano pa ba? Marami talaga, no, ang benefits ng exercise, lalong-lalo na po ngayong health crisis na to. It also combats depression, and next slide please, and improves our mood. Alam naman po natin, no, with all the worries na meron tayo ngayon, ang dami nating tanong, ang dami nating anxieties, ang daming what ifs, paano to, paano yan. And sometimes our anxieties could lead to depression. So, pag nag-exercise po tayo, makakatulong din po yan, no? Dahil ang ating katawan ay nagre-release ng mga chemicals, happy and feel-good chemicals, na talaga magpapasaya sa atin during this time na medyo, alam naman po natin, medyo mahirap. But with the help of exercise, magiging mas maganda po yung mood natin, mag-improve ang mood natin, at talagang mas may ngiti sa ating mga mukha. Another help of exercise, it promotes better sleep. Ang inyo pong trabaho ay very erratic, ang inyo pong schedule. Syempre, hindi naman po natin masasabi kung anong oras ang panganganak ng isang nanay, hindi po ba? Kaya minsan, pag uwi natin, hindi na tayo masyadong nakakatulog. Kung minsan naman, hirap tayong matulog. At syempre, ang pagtulog po ay napaka-importante sa kinabukasan natin. Kunwari, kinabukasan, paano ka magiging energized kung wala kang tulog no kinagabihan? And that's where exercise enters. Kasi po ang exercise can promote better sleep. Next slide, please. Exercise can also strengthen immune system. Lagi po natin yan naririnig, hindi po ba sinasabi, kailangan malakas ang inyong resistensya, kailangan malakas ang iyong immune system. And why is that? Because our immune system is the one fighting off foreign cells. Siya po yung nagproprotekta sa ating katawan para hindi po tayo dapuan ng mga sakit. And paano po yan, di ba? Maraming ways on how to strengthen immune system, pero isa po dito ay ang pag-exercise. And number 5, exercise is fun and social. Minsan, sa pagka-busy natin, at yun nga po, erratic yung ating schedule, minsan di na natin naiisip na mag-enjoy ba? Hindi po ba? At minsan nakakalimutan na nating makisalamuha sa ibang tao. But with exercise, with the physical constraint po tayo ngayon, maraming limitations, we can even exercise with our family, di ba? Magiging fun ang exercise natin kung meron tayong kasama. Kung ikaw naman ay mag-isa lang sa bahay at wala kang kasamang mag-exercise, pwede kang mag-online at isama ang iyong friends kasi mas mamomotivate po tayo mag-exercise if we do it with other people, like Miss Jong said a while ago. Exercise is medicine. Why is it? Di ba sabi natin, what is the best cure? Prevention is the best cure. And exercise can prevent all the physical na sakit na pwede nating makuha. Kaya ngayon pa lang, bakit pa nating hihintaying magkasakit? Impisahan na po nating mag-exercise para maiwasan natin ang mga sakit. And ano po ba ang mga different exercises that I can recommend to you? Sabi nga po ni Miss Jong kanina, no, walking, jogging, syempre Zumba, number 1 ng Zumba, ang pagsasayaw para mag-enjoy. Pwede rin po tayong mag-yoga. Any type of exercise is good for you. Of course, syempre, dapat po maging aware din po tayo. You have to listen to your body and you choose the exercise that will give joy to you. Ang tanong na lang po, when and how to start exercising? Kasi madali pong sabing, oh sige, mag-exercise ako. Pero kailan? And the answer is, next slide please. Today, mga midwives, magigiting nating midwives, today is the day that we are going to exercise. And we will do that a little later. Magsasayaw tayo at magpapawis tayo. What do you need? Just clothes and shoes to start off your physical journey? Pwede rin naman kung ang exercise na pinili nyo ay hindi naman kailangan ng sapatos like yoga, you can do that. If sabi ko nga po, meron tayong mga limitations right now, hindi natin magawa ang mga physical activities outside the house or freely outside. There are so many exercises online that you can follow. Ang key lang po dito ay, next slide please, you say yes. The decision to say yes to exercise, kasi madali lang pong isipin, no? Pero yung gawin, medyo dun po tayo hesitant, hindi po ba? Pero, if you decide now, and you decide to say yes to exercise, makikita niyo po ang effect ng exercise sa inyong katawan. It may not be very immediate, pero hindi rin po siya immediate in terms of katawan siguro, pero mararamdaman niyo po yan. Because sabi nga nila, being healthy is not just the physical. Being healthy is about your emotional health, your physical health, your mental health. Yun po. And kailangan po holistic siya. And one more thing po, no? Whatever exercise you choose, kung ano man pong exercise yan, be sure, sabi po ni Miss Chong kanina, I will just add to what she said a while ago, be sure to cool down. And how do we do that? By stretching. Because stretching allows our body to cool down. It also allows our heartbeat to go back to normalcy. Yung pre-exercise rate po ng ating heart. Babalik po siya when we do stretching and we do cool down. So what are we waiting for, mga midwives? Galaw-galawan na tayo dyan. Humataw na tayo.
All right, Miss Van, thank you so much for that meaningful discussion. And I'm sure kanina pa talaga nagre-ready yung ating mga kasangga para sa ililid mong Zumba session. But for now, bago tayo magsayawan, aming mga kasangga, we will entertain the questions that you might have for Miss Van. Marami rin mga cover na topics si Miss Van with exercise. So if you have questions, please don't hesitate to send them in through the comment section at sasagutin yan ni Miss Van. We did have a comment earlier. Ito, Miss Van, excited na siya for our Zumba session kasi sabi niya, nakita niya yung mga nakalagay dun sa calories equivalent na mga pagkain dun sa discussion ni Miss Jong. Sabi niya, okay mga kasangga, let's do it mamaya para matanggal ang mga taba natin dahil sa lockdown. And it's really been challenging din no? Yung physical activities kasi natin medyo limited during this health crisis, of course.
Yes.
Yan, sige. We have a question here, Miss Van, sabi ng ating kasangga. Dahil busy po ako masyado sa clinic, enough na po ba ang 10-minute aerobic exercise?
Okay. 10 minutes is okay. As long as we do it regularly, araw-arawin po natin yan, it will make a difference. Ako po, sometimes I do 10-minute workout. Marami po, if internet is available po sa inyong mga bahay, marami po tayong makikitang exercises na 10 minutes lang, 7 minutes lang, and it doesn't matter how long or how short the exercise is, as long as we do it regularly, okay po yan.
All right. Thank you for your questions, mga kasangga. Keep them coming. We have a second question now. Miss Van, ang tanong ay, ano pa po ang pwede ninyong i-suggest na gawin na exercise na dun pa rin sa time frame na binanggit kanina within 10 minutes daw?
Okay. So dahil nga medyo busy tayo, no? Kung gusto natin, depende po kasi kung anong exercise yung gusto nyo, no? But, depende rin, dahil nga sa oras, limitado tayo, what I can suggest is brisk walking. 10-minute brisk walk if you can go out of your houses. Kasi nga po, limited tayo ngayon. Kung nasa bahay naman, if you have jumping rope, you can use that too. Again, online, there are a lot of exercises available. At meron din po yan mga modifications. If you are a new, into exercise, meron po yan mga modifications para hindi naman po mabigla yung katawan natin. At isa pa, Jot, no? Kunwari, kung talagang walang time sa bahay, sa workplace lang talaga, I can suggest talaga, that's what I do also sometimes. Take the stairs po. Pag sa opisina, no, or sa clinic po kayo, take the stairs. Kung mataas ang inyong opisina, ang clinic, for the first week, gawin niyo pong 2 floors lang. And then pag na experience nyo na po at alam nyo, kaya ko pa ulit. Then another floor. Pero yun po, napakalaking bagay po niyang paggamit ng stairs.
You know, there are little ways no, para makuha yung mga exercise na kailangan ng katawan natin. Ms. Van, may pangatlong tanong pa tayo dito. Ito, I think, is a very relevant question, lalo na in these times. May ideal po ba na oras ang ehersisyo? Erratic kasi ang schedule ng mga midwives.
Actually po, wala namang ideal. It depends on the intensity then. Because even if you do 1 hour, let's say you do 1 hour of Zumba, pero ang galaw mo naman hindi masyadong intense, no? Which is okay lang for beginners. Hindi ka masyadong papawisan or hindi masyadong mag-e-effect. Hindi mo makikita. Kunwari, ang iyong goal is to lose weight. Let's say lose weight. You cannot see it immediately doon sa ganong pacing, no? But yun, ang suggestion ko is if you have longer time, since erratic yung exercise nyo, you know you can do it in the morning or you can do it in the evening. But ang suggestion ko ulit, not very late. Because mahirapan naman tayong matulog kasi very energetic pa tayo sa gabi. So, not too late. Morning is okay, evening is okay, but not too late.
Ms. Van, another question mula sa ating mga kasangga. Kailangan po ba everyday ang exercise?
Hindi naman po. If you can do it every day, it's good. But if you just have 3 to 4 times a week of exercise, okay na din po siya.
All right. Thank you so much, Ms. Van, for answering those questions ng ating mga dear midwives. Well, unfortunately, for the Q&A, that's all the time that we have. Dahil alam ko, meron pa kayong isang inaabangan, Ms. Van. Kanina pa talaga. You know, I've been reading the comments. Yung iba sinasabi talaga nagbihis na sila, naghanda na sila. And so, mga kasangga, sana kayo ay nakapag-stretching na at may enough space. Ito, make sure may enough space sa paligid. Yung kaninang pinaalala namin, workout clothes, bottle of water beside you because siguradong mapapagalaw tayong lahat dito. Feel free to follow along our guests for this evening. Let us welcome, joining Ms. Van, will be our mga kasangga din natin. Mula sa IMAP, Ms. LV Estrada and Ms. Annie Lunyo. Kasama ang ating kasangga mula naman sa PSPMCO, Ms. Amethyst Castro, with of course, our dear Ms. Van Enriquez for a special Zumba fitness routine.
thin lines, hot sun and clear blue skies. The waves were crashing by. And when she passed me by and gave a wink and smile, and I was on cloud nine, Lord. The way you move your hips and lick your lips, the way you dip, you got me up so high. And girl, you got that body with them curls like a Bugatti. I just wanna drive, oh. And girl, you know, round and round your love, it winds me up like a hula hula hoop, hula hula hoop, oh. Round and round your love, it winds me up like a hula hula hoop, hula hula hoop, oh. Round and round your love, it winds me up like a hula hula hoop, hula hula hoop, oh. Round and round your love, it winds me up like a hula hula hoop, hula hula hoop, oh. Gravity define, I can't believe my eyes. That thing can bring the tides. Hey, around and around clockwise, like a merry-go-ride. I wanna go all night, yeah. The way you move your hips and lick your lips, the way you dip, you got me up so high, yeah. And girl, you got that body with them curls like a Bugatti. I just wanna try it, oh. And girl, you know, round and round your love, it winds me up like a hula hula hoop, hula hula hoop, oh. Round and round your love, it winds me up like a hula hula hoop, hula hula hoop, oh. Round and round your love, it winds me up like a hula hula hoop, hula hula hoop, oh. Round and round your love, it winds me up like a hula hula hoop, hula hula hoop, oh. Yeah. Oh. Like a hula hula hoop, hula hula hoop, oh. Round and round your love, it winds me up like a hula hula hoop, hula hula hoop, oh. Round and round your love, it winds me up like a hula hula hoop, hula hula hoop, oh. Round and round your love, it winds me up like a hula hula hoop, hula hula hoop, oh.
Yeah, thank you so much, guys. Hope you had fun.
Grabe talaga humataw ang ating mga kasangga. And grabe, Miss Van, ang daming fans ng mga kasama mo, nila Miss Annie, Miss Elvie at Miss Ami sa ating comments. Isipin mo, nagzuzumba na sila, nagsusupport pa sila sa mga fellow midwives nila, no? At yung iba naman, may mga nakita rin akong comments na ang sabi is, sayang daw, gusto sana nila sumabay, pero nasa duty sila. Pero wag po kayong mag-alala, mamaya pwede nyong balikan tong video na to and, you know, pwede nyong sundan pa rin yung mga ginawa nila Miss Van, Miss Ami, Miss Elvie, and Miss Annie. Miss Van, ang tanong ko lang, bakit parang di ka naman napagod? Bakit parang ang dali-dali sa'yo?
I was just thinking about it, Jot, kanina, no, habang nagsasayaw tayo, no. You know, whatever exercise, ano pong exercise ang piliin nyo, when you do it regularly, it gets easier. Kasi minsan, pag umpisa pa lang, parang, ay, ang hirap, nawawala na tayo ng gana. Pero kung lagi nyo po yan gagawin, gagaling at gagaling kayo. Lalo na sa Zumba at pagsayaw, kaya,
kitang-kita naman yung potential ng ating mga kasanggan. Thank you so much, Ms. Van, for that energizing fitness session. It was the exercise that we needed today. At sana magtuloy-tuloy na talaga yung momentum para sa ating lahat, you know. Sa ating mga midwives, sana po nag-enjoy kayo despite the short time that we had with our dear guest at dun sa ating short Zumba session. Bago tayo magtapos sa ating session tonight, Ms. Van, I would like to ask for maybe any final words, final tips para sa patuloy na laban ng katawan ng ating mga kasangga.
Alam niyo po, kahit tayo ay nasa isang health crisis ngayong panahong ito, meron po siyang magandang naidulot because now we have been given the opportunity to focus on our health, di ba? Ngayon, iniisip na natin ating kalusugan na kailangan na talaga nating pangalagaan dahil nga po sa ating sitwasyon. And last words po, pangalagaan po natin ang pangangatawan natin. Sabi po nga nila, ang ating kayamanan ay ating kalusugan, hindi po ba? Aanhin naman natin ang ibang bagay kung hindi tayo healthy. So, let's take care of ourselves and let's be healthy. Thank you, magigiting ating midwives for this evening.
Maraming salamat for joining us tonight, Ms. Van, for leading that fitness session. Thank you rin kay Ms. Jong for all the insights that she shared with us earlier. At sa lahat sa inyo, aming mga kasangga, our dear midwives na tumutok at sumama sa ating 4th episode ng Usapang Midwives Live. We will be posting a short online survey para po sa inyo, para sagutan after this session. Your answers ay makakatulong sa amin in making sure na ang bawat session natin dito sa Usapang Midwives Live is a better one for all of you, our dear midwives. Muli po, nagpapasalamat kami for tuning in and joining us in tonight's Usapang Midwives Live. Palakasin ang katawan, hataw na, laban na. Ako po ang inyong host, Jot Sulit. Maraming salamat, mga kasangga. Good night!